Hello everyone and welcome to cgs1060-2217-2170. This is the honors version of cgs1060. So what that means basically is you're going to have a more challenging class. You'll have an extra few assignments. The expectations for you students are greater. If you're an honors student, it's expected that you will really put a great effort, a tremendous effort into the class, and I hope you all make A's. Okay. Speaking of A's, I'll let you know up front that in my classes, in my intro to computers classes anyway, typically half of the students make A's, which is obviously a pretty big number, 50%, right? It's not the old traditional bell curve that most of you have probably not heard of. But basically a bell curve is something that goes like here and it starts to go up in the middle and then go down the other way. So you're basically talking about A's, meaning on the low end, B's slightly higher, and then C's in the middle, and then D's on the downside, and then F's on the next lower. So C's would be typically the highest in what most instructors try to get done. In my classes, I have no rules. I mean, I have a lot of rules actually, yeah, but there's no limit, meaning to how many students can make A's. So if there's 30 students in this class, every one of you can make an A if you do the work, if you work hard, if you do all your assignments, if you do all your projects, if you do the practice exams, if you do the exams, you can make an A in this class. My goal is that every one of you will make an A. Okay, but again, it doesn't mean you will. You'll have to work hard. You have to get all the, you have to get the course access code quickly, and you have to be ready to dig in. All right. So having said that, I'm Professor Maloney. I've been at Miami-Dade College for 11 years. I'm a senior associate professor in the engineering and technology department. So this semester, in addition to this particular class, I'm teaching one other CGS1060 class. I'm teaching two C++ programming classes, and I'm teaching a cybersecurity class. All right, so that's my load, and I hope you're taking a good number of classes and that you have high expectations for yourself. All right, so let's get to it. I shall take away my picture, and now I shall share my screen, and now you'll see everything on my computer. All right, so now let's go over to the content. All right, so this thing here is where I'm at. I'm in what's called the Blackboard Collaborate Ultra sessions link, and I'm going to kind of talk about some of my links over here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go in with your view first. Actually, no. Yeah, I will. So I'm going to go in your view. This is what you see when you come into this particular class. All right. So I'm going to just kind of go down most of these things and just give a quick few minutes on some and a longer few minutes on especially the syllabus and perhaps especially on Student Start Here and going from there. All right. So let's start with the home page. So home page. I'm going to put announcements up here periodically. Right now, by the way, it is August the 16th, so there's no announcements yet because class doesn't start for another week and a day, so 8 days. In about, by this weekend, there will be an announcement welcoming you to the class and putting some specific things you need to do to get ready for the class next, the first live class next Tuesday. All right. Let me go ahead and, well, so that's all that's basically in the home page. And then in Student Start Here, what you get in Student Start Here is a little bit of information on MindTap. Right? MindTap is a product put out by Cengage, the publishing company Cengage. So I use MindTap in CGS 1060. I also, by the way, use MindTap in my A+ hardware, A+ software classes, my C++ classes. So I actually use it in a lot of classes. But basically what it is it includes an ebook. And then it includes all the work you're going to be doing in this class other than make your bio post, in all honesty. So 98% of your class, 98% of your class grade comes from MindTap. And what that means is you need to purchase your MindTap access code by this Thursday, Thursday, August 26th, the second day of class, okay? If you can't purchase it by August the 26th, you can get a free trial, assuming you have not had this class before. And the free trial will let you have about 7 days before you must pay for it. But in the meantime, they let you do work. All right. But what happens is if you don't pay for it by the end of that 7-day trial, everything is automatically deleted and it is gone forever. Okay. So I said everyone can make an A in this class. Yeah, everyone is in a class, and you need to understand that the first thing you need to do before you sign up for a class is have the ability to pay for the book. In this case, it's an ebook and access to the MindTap site. All right. Now, it's about $86.75, and that's not for John Maloney, not for Professor Maloney. That is for you. You know, for you to get what you need to get out of this class, that's how much it costs. So if you cannot pay for that in the next week, you need to drop the class. And that, again, is not stated as to be mean. That's just a fact. Classes are designed to give you the material you need to learn what you're supposed to get out of a given class, but you have to have the access to use, you know, whatever resources you need to purchase your book supplies, your class supplies, whatever. In this class, $86.75, and it's an access code to the class website, which I have set up on MindTap, and I'm going to be demonstrating that either in this video or another one I'll be making. Most of you are on financial aid. If you're on financial aid, you just use your financial aid disbursement, go over to the bookstore, and go there on the first class day, Tuesday the 24th, or the second class day, Tuesday the 26th, or you can go on Monday the 23rd, Wednesday the 25th. Either way, one of those 4 days, go and buy your access code. If you buy it directly from the bookstore, they will give you the physical code, and you can then take it home with you and register from this Student Start Here link. So basically, what you would do is click this link now. And I'm going to demo clicking it just to show you what happens, right? So if I click this link, which I have done, I'm now going in as a student. Now I can't do everything on it because I can't set up a dummy account for myself, but I'm going to tell you what you do when you get to this page. So you click the link that I just showed right over here. Students click here, and then you come over here and it says, welcome to Cengage. Your instructor has selected the following materials for your course, and this is the book we're using, okay? Don't worry about the Spring 2021. This is your class, all right? So you're going to be using this book, and then look down here. Let me hide this. It says, if you have an access code, enter it now. That's via this link. So you would click enter it now right here, okay? Otherwise, that means you don't have the access code. Click continue, and this is where they'll let you set up a 7-day free trial. So you either enter your access code or you use a 7-day free trial. Now, you don't need, if you don't have the access code on Tuesday the 24th, you don't need to create the free trial account on the 24th. Wait till the 26th, okay? Because then you gain 2 more days just in case you can't get it until the following Wednesday or so. But make sure you understand. So you come over here and you either enter your access code. And by the way, like I said, if you go to the bookstore, walk over to the bookstore, the Homestead Campus Bookstore in Building F, the ground floor of Building F. You go in, you pay for your code, you pay for your cgs1060 class, sorry, you tell them you're in cgs1060, and they will give you the access code right there. So then you take it and you walk home with it. Otherwise, you're going to have to do it via their the website, the bookstore website. And in that case, what happens is they ultimately take your money, yes, but they mail the access code to you. So it can take up to a week to get it. So I would rather if you just walk over to Building F on Monday the 23rd, Tuesday the 24th, Wednesday the 25th, or Thursday the 26th, and purchase your access code that way, okay? So that you get immediately, they physically give you the access code. Then you take it home or take it to the computer lab or take it to the library and register, all right? Okay, so I can't show you anything else there, but that's what you will do, all right? All right, so that's that one. And then there's a couple little things. So read the modules, just a little bit of information on MindTap. Here, getting started with MindTap. Again, a little short video. Introduction to SAM. SAM is what's used at the MindTap site. SAM is the lessons you're doing. It's the projects you're doing, the practice exams, and the real exams. So SAM is the mechanism they use to put all this together. All right. Completing a SAM project in MindTap, you can watch that video. Completing a SAM training in MindTap, you can watch that video. Taking a SAM exam in MindTap, you can watch that video as well. All right. I will be completing a SAM project in MindTap myself, which will actually demonstrate taking about 5 or so steps out of maybe 15 in the first project you have to do in this class. So the video I create will be even better than this one, but this you can watch just to see what it's all about. All right. And by the way, in this class, there's 12 projects. Each project will take you a minimum of an hour and a half. Okay. And you can submit each one 3 times. So it's a good idea to do these projects. You know, do the first one, see what grade you get, and then if you don't like your grade, do it a second time. And if you don't like your second grade, do it a third time. Okay. They're based on the trainings. So actually, you'll do the trainings first. There's 4 training modules for Word as an example, 4 training modules for Excel, 4 training modules for Access, 4 training modules for PowerPoint. So there's 16 trainings for those 4 Microsoft Office applications, Word, Excel, Access, and PowerPoint. There's 1 training for the first exam, though, which is Windows 10. So cumulatively, there's 17 trainings. There's 9 projects, and then 3 more because this is an honors class for Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. Okay? All right. So that's more or less what's in the students. Click here. Purchase MindTap access code. So this is basically if you want to go to the online bookstore, if I can just click this thing here, it'll bring you over here. It'll tell you that this is the class. That's your professor. And this is the information. And that's how much it's going to cost. Okay. But like I said, if you buy it from this site, then they mail it to you unless you specifically ask them to let you pick it up. And that's on the checkout process. Okay. So you go through this. I can't demonstrate because I can't, you know, I won't be buying it. But anyway, this is where you click to pick up the book. All right. So purchase MindTap access code. If you want to buy it online, you can do this. As I said, I would prefer, and I put it right here, the preferred way to get your access code is to go to the bookstore. Okay. Alternatively, you click the link to purchase the access code, and that's this link right here. Okay. All right. So that is your purchase MindTap access code. Now here, required live Collaborate Ultra sessions. This is extremely important. Extremely important. Okay. Now you're in an MDC live class. All right. MDC live. That means you must attend my synchronous live sessions that are required. So in this class, you have 2 required live sessions you must attend every week. One is on Tuesday from 7 a.m. until 8 a.m. You see that right here, okay? And you notice it says it goes until 12:14. In other words, it's every Tuesday and every Thursday. That's a class. Now, in November the 11th is Veterans Day, I think, and November 25th is Thanksgiving. So those 2 are not class days, so you won't have class on those days. But here, let me just open it. If I click it, you see all these live sessions all the way up until your final exam, and your final exam is on 12/14. 12/14, okay? The ones down here is now the next link. This is for office hours. So these all have the word required. So you must be here. By the way, there's 5 exams in this class, and every one of those exams is also taken during your live hours. So the live class hours don't just mean I'm lecturing all the time. You're on 5 of the days, and you figure it's a 16-week class, so let's call it 15. So 15 times 2 is 30 total class sessions that are required. Well, really then less, again, a few days that are holidays, or 2 anyway. So it's about, let's just say 26 or 28 live required classes. Out of those 26 or 28, on 5 of them, you're taking exams. And when you take exams, by the way, it'll go beyond the 8 a.m. The Word exam, I think you get 70 minutes. Well, Windows 10 exam, you for sure get 70 minutes. Word, you either get 70 or 75. Excel, you get 80. Access, you get either 80 or 85. And PowerPoint, you get 70. So you have to be there for the times that I tell you in the schedule, tentative schedule of activities, which I'm also going to show you where that is today. Okay, and I monitor these exams. So when you're taking your exam, I'll be over at the MindTap site, and I just open up the exam, and I'll see who's on it and who's not on it. Okay, and that way, in case you start the exam and you mess up and end it right away by mistake, I'll just reset it. Okay, I don't do that more than once for each person though, so you have to be very careful. All right, so anyway, that's the required sessions, these. Okay, and then these are optional. So optional means unrequired, not required. But if you want to come and talk to me at the end of each class ends at 8, and then from 8 to 8:40, I'm here for office hours. And if you look on your syllabus, by the way, or your class schedule, you see this class is 7 to 8:40. So that's the way I make the class. Again, it's live, synchronous, but not in person. Okay, so your live sessions, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. that you must attend, and you must be on time. If you miss 3 of these sessions, 3 of the required live sessions, I reserve the right to drop you from the class. Okay. I've worked at the Homestead campus for about 11 years. I don't believe I've been late one day. It's my job. Well, students have a job too. Of course, some of you have a lot of jobs, but you have a job to come to class on time every day. Otherwise, the manager, in this case, your professor, Professor Maloney, reserves the right to drop you if you miss 3 of my required live class sessions. I'm assuming, because it's an honors class, none of you will miss any days. But just in case you miss 2, you better be aware, if you miss a 3rd one, I may drop you. And attendance is automatic, and automatic based on the fact that I'm using this Collaborate Ultra product, and it lets me do things with attendance. All right, okay, that's that. So the live office hour sessions, same thing, but you see 8 to 8:40, and they start on Tuesday the 24th, and again, they go all the way up. But they don't go to the last class day, because the last class day is December 14th. I didn't show you that in the last one, but that's when the PowerPoint exam is. That's your last class day. So the live, and there's no office hour after the exam. That once you take your final exam on PowerPoint on December 14th, class is over. So your last optional live office hour is Thursday the 9th. Okay, all right. So that's all that. Now, when you come in here, sorry, let's see, that's this one. When you come in here on Tuesday the 24th for your first class day, what you do is you click this link here. Okay, so just click right there, or just click the down arrow, and then you click on the day that you're there. So this is the 24th as an example, to the 24th from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. You need to be here on time. It opens up 15 minutes early. So you can get there as early as 6:45, but you must be there by 7, and you would click this link, and then you're brought in, and you just click the button that says join session. Okay, all right, so that is that. Now I'm going to be recording some videos, like this video I'm recording right now will either be in here in the recordings, or I'll create another link, which I haven't created yet, called actually I may have created it, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use it. Let's see if I did. No, I haven't done it yet, I guess. But anyway, I'll either create another content area for all my videos, or they'll all be accessible under this sessions link here. Okay, so I click it from this mode, and then I click recordings, and then they'll pop up. All right, okay, so that is your required live class sessions. Now, this is a class on Microsoft Office. Okay, so this library link is up here for one very important reason. Well, there's a lot of important reasons. If you want to read it, that's great. But you must, you're being graded in this class on Office 365, okay, which is basically the online version of Office 2019. So that's the latest Office product there is, Office 365. And if you click this link here, okay, you can then download, because you're MDC Homestead student, you can download for free, yes, free, Office 365, and you can actually download it on up to 5 computers. So if you want to download a copy for your mom or your dad, or if you got a laptop and you got a tablet, you got a desktop, you can. You can even download it on a mobile device. I don't recommend that personally, but I'm older than you guys. So you can download it on up to 5 devices. Now, for those of you with a Mac, yes, you can use it on a Mac, but let me show you what the difference is. All right, so Office 365, they give you information. They also have links about, can I install on an iPhone? Can I install it on an Android? Can I install it on a Mac? You can just click all these things. But basically, here's where you're going to go. You click this myoffice.mdc.edu link. You put in your student ID and your password, and then follow these links right here, okay? So for a PC, you get all these things. For a Mac, you get Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Outlook. Now, what this class officially covers, I mean, other than a little introduction to Windows 10, these are the things that you're doing for the most part. Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Access, okay? So Word is obviously just, you know, Word documents. Excel is spreadsheet software. PowerPoint is presentation software. And Access is database software. If you have a Mac, you only get Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. You do not get Access. And that's because Apple won't agree to pay Microsoft whatever little bit of money they want for their version of Access. You know, but that's life. Because it's an MDC live class rather than an in-person class, because of that, I have no Access projects for you guys. You're just doing everything for Word, Excel, PowerPoint. You are doing Access, but you're only doing it on the SAM site. And on the SAM site, that's like a virtual machine. Everything pops up. Like, let's say as an example, I'm using Windows 8.1. Right? So I'll pretend I'm using an old version of Windows. So if I'm using that, but when I go to MindTap and I open up, let's say, Word Module 1 Training, it opens it up in a virtual machine that has the Windows 10 software running it, operating system running it, okay? So if you're running a Mac, it still opens up in a virtual machine that is using Windows 10, okay? Now, and then the software being used on the MindTap site is Office 365/2019. So the same thing, you're getting trained on the latest software, okay? But on projects, and I haven't talked about this yet, I'll talk more about this on the trainings and the projects once we start the Microsoft Word part of the class, which won't start for more or less 4 weeks, okay? So the first part of the class, we're not doing that stuff yet. But anyway, projects you actually do on your own computer, okay? But you download everything from the MindTap site, and you upload everything to the MindTap site, and it'll auto-grade everything for you. And I'll demonstrate that. Like I said, I'll create a video. Excuse me. I'll be creating a video demonstrating how to do the first project in Word, and then I'll demonstrate doing the first project in Excel. And I won't demonstrate the first project in PowerPoint. And like I said, there are no projects in Access, okay, for this class. Okay, so that's that. So point being, here on the library link, you click the library link, and then you come over here. Let me get out of that page. And on the library link, you come to the right where it says Office 365 Student Advantage, and it's all for free. All right, so that's that one. Now, over here again, underneath the library, then there's the tutoring. Tutoring is for people that want a little help with cgs1060. So in this class, if you have a request for help on any of the training activities you do, all right, remember there's 4, well, there's 1 for Windows 10, 4 for Word, 4 for Excel, 4 for Access, and 4 for PowerPoint. So if you're working on Excel, Module 2, Activity 28, or any number you want, and you can't figure it out, you can ask your professor during the live optional office hour sessions to help you, and I'll help you on it, no problem. But I do not help on projects. Projects are independently graded, and they're based on the training. So I will tell you, you need to go and do your training. Then you'll understand how to do your projects, okay? But anyway, they do have in-person tutoring. So you would click the Homestead campus if you need to click the Homestead campus. I guess actually MDC tutoring. Let's see. Okay, I'm on MDC tutoring. Homestead, there you go. Then the Homestead link, and this is the tutorings we offer: writing, math and science, business tutoring, and NTech. But NTech's only for CGS. So you would click this link here and either set up a live, like a Zoom type session or an MS Teams, whatever they're doing for it, to help you, or you can go into the library and schedule an in-person session of training they'll just ask you what you want training on. Like if you're doing something on Word, you might say, I'm trying to do put together table of contents in Word or some such thing, or I'm trying to do a 3D pie chart in Excel. You know, that whatever, and they'll help you on it. They won't do it for you though. All right. Okay. So that's that link. So that's that. Now, discussion forums. I said 98% of your class grade is done on the MindTap site. This is the other 2% right here. So your bio post is due on August the 30th. Okay, so you get 1 week to do that. You have to post a required 2-paragraph bio post, 4 to 6 sentences in each paragraph. Do not shortchange me or you won't get any points. You do what I tell you in this class. You work hard. It's easy to make an A. Anyway, it's due August the 30th. Include your name, your major, what you like to do, what you see yourself doing in 5 years, perhaps where you see yourself living in 5 years. Anything else needed to make sure that your post is 2 full paragraphs long. You must also say hello to at least one other student, meaning reply to at least one student's post and ask him or her a question. And you must also include your picture. Okay? It's MDC Live. I want to know what my students look like, so you have to post your picture into this area as well. Down here is students working together. This is if you guys like somebody in class or you end up talking to people, you know, if you want to use this link to then talk to each other about, hey, I have a problem. I don't know how to do something in Excel. Can you help me or whatever? It's just here for you guys. I won't reply to any posts made in here, okay? But you guys can. So I suggest that you do so. All right. Okay. And then here's my syllabus. So first of all, that's the syllabus and schedule of activities. And by the way, the schedule of activities is at the end of the syllabus. So this is one link really. But anyway, so you can download the document. It's just a simple Word document. Okay. And it just tells you it's the Honor cgs1060 Fall 2021 course syllabus. Tells you your reference number. Tells you my name here, what the class times are. It is an online synchronous. Synchronous means required to attend at a particular time. It's not like MDC online, which is asynchronous, which means you can do something 24 hours a day. You can do a lot of stuff in my class 24 hours a day, but you must attend the virtual class sessions from 7 to 8:40. Remember I said 7 to 8:40, but if you look then down below, there will be 2 required sessions from 7 to 8, okay? So that's the requirement part. And then the optionals from 8 to 8:40, okay? So it's 7 to 8:40, yes. 7 to 8 is required. 8 to 8:40 is if you have questions you want to ask me in the office hour, okay? If you have questions and you're not here for an office hour session, or you have like just want to say, hey, Professor, I can't take my exam next Tuesday or whatever, I say, hey, if you don't take it on time, there's a 20% penalty. In my class, there's 20% penalty for anything you don't do on time. So you can, though, say, can I take it early? And I'll say, yes, you can take it early. You tell me, as long as it works with my schedule, because remember I said I monitor these exams, you can take it whenever your schedule and my schedule allow it, as long as it's before. Otherwise, 20% penalties. Okay? All right. Anyway, so this is just the classroom policies. Here's a little bit of information about me. You can read that later. And you can read the purpose of the course. It does tell you it's Office 2019, and again, that's Office 365 too. Right? It tells you the course description, what you're going to be doing, tells you about your MindTap access code. I have the link for buying the book at the bookstore here as well. I've already gotten rid of it up top, so if I click this link here, you'll see that it'll pop up again. Oh, because I'm in your preview, it won't, sorry. You can. I cannot do it from a preview mode. So now I got to exit my darn preview and come back in. So let's see, back in my preview and back to my syllabus. But that link is a live link, syllabus. Okay. All right. Like if I guess instead I can just go ahead and copy it. Let's see. I'll copy that. Copy link. Control V. Okay, and then you see it comes up, right? So the link is live. It does work, but from my preview mode, I don't get all the stuff. All right. Anyway, that's that. So now let's look at your evaluation. So 2% for the bio post, 15% for the trainings, and there's 17 training assignments, okay? You have to do computing concepts quizzes on the Cengage site. They're called computer concepts or computing concepts quizzes. There's 5 of them. You get to do each one, by the way, twice, okay? The trainings, you can do them all 100 times if you have time to do it. Projects, you can do, there's 12 I told you, so that's a pretty big weight. They're like 2.3% of your grade each. And 5 exams. There's an exam on Windows 10, an exam on Microsoft Word, an exam on Microsoft Excel, another exam on Microsoft Access, and the last exam on Microsoft PowerPoint. So you can see the 2 biggest things in the class, grade-wise, 78% of your grade comes from projects, and they take a long time. I said there's 12 of them, and that each one takes a good hour and a half, and that's to do it once. If you want to do it again to get a better grade, or a third time to get a better grade, and you're going to spend more time. But the projects are based on the trainings. So the trainings, even though they're a lower weight, you still have to do them all, right? And anyway, the exams are the biggest at 50, but 78% of your grade comes from those 2 things. All right? Okay. Again, this is just me telling you whatever. So if you miss an exam, you must email me within 2 days of the miss, and I will tell you, you can make it up, yes, as long as it's done that first, within a week of the exam, and there'll be a 20% late penalty. 20% means if you had 100, if you make 100, it's 80. Make it 90, it's down to 72. If you make it 80, it's down to 64. 20% adds up. I'm sorry, actually, Cengage, it's 20 points. So you lose 20 points, meaning it's 20% if you make 100, but it's more of a percent if you make lower. If you make a 60, it's a 40. So you need to take your tests and your assignments on time. All right. Okay. So you read all this stuff here. Okay. And again, here's talking about the fact that there are tutors in the library and/or working remotely, depending on what's going on with COVID-19. But you can request help from a tutor. They won't do your work for you, but they will help you if need be. And 98% of your class grade comes from the assignments at MindTap. Okay. Attendance, as I said, it's required. If you miss 3 of my live class sessions, I reserve the right to drop you. I might not, but I sure will if you're in the F category. That's for sure, unequivocally, I will drop you. If you've been in the class 2 months and then you have that 3rd drop, I'll look at your grade. If it's a C, D, or F, there's a likelihood you'd be dropped. If you're an A or B, there's more likelihood you would not be dropped. But I reserve the right. That means there's no rule. One way or another, I make the decision based on what I see from you and what I feel like. All right? Okay. So read all the rest of this stuff. The dates. So if you're going to want to get out of this class, the first Friday, so meaning Friday, August 27th is the last day to drop if you want to get full refund. So you need to drop quickly if you don't like the class. If you want to try to get a W in the class, you can drop up until November the 1st, which is a Monday, but you can only withdraw if you're passing the class and if you have a serious life event, something serious is happening. I mean, God forbid, I don't want to say like COVID-19, but something like that is happening. Then you can request to apply for a W, and we'd let you make up that work a few weeks after the new term starts. And what you have already done won't go away grade-wise. Everything will stay, and it's just you have to make up what you didn't finish. But only if you're passing the class, and only if you have a real serious life event. Okay. All right. Course competencies. You can read all those things. Okay. And I'll now go to the schedule of activities, and then I'm going to stop. Now, this is a tentative schedule of activities, which means changes may occur. I do a pretty good job setting my classes up so that I don't have to make a lot of changes. But let's just go through weeks, unit 1, which is weeks 1 through 4. All right. Technically, you have to do your bio post the first couple days of class. You officially get all the way the whole week to do it. And again, I put what you need to do. Okay. There's Cengage Computing Concepts modules 1 through 5 quizzes. Okay. You have access to all 5 of those quizzes already, meaning you can start working on them today if you want to. They're on the Cengage MindTap site. I'm only going to give a quick 3-minute overview of that site because I'm already taking too long on this particular video. But anyway, so you have until the 8th of September to do those. These are worth 5% of your grade. So I talked about the 50% for exams, 20% for projects, 15% for trainings, 2% for the bio post, and then there's also 5%, 1% for each of these quizzes. And then Windows 10 training opens up on the 8th, the same day, and it's due on the 13th. And then your first exam, okay, which is on Windows 10. You see over here, Windows 10 exam. It's week 4, but it's day 1. Okay, that means you're taking it the first day off the 4th week. And it's on September the 14th. And note, 7 a.m., due by 8:40 a.m., or after 70 minutes, whichever comes first. So let's just play a game here. So all the students that come in on time, meaning 7 o'clock, then if they started at 7:02, then they get 70 minutes. So that is due by 8:12. Okay. If somebody starts it at 7:15, he or she would get to 8:15 and 10, so that's 8:25. If somebody starts it at 8:30, 7:30, they'd get an hour and 10 minutes, 70 minutes if they need it, and that's 8:40. So 7:30 a.m. is the latest you can start it to get the full 70 minutes. But I will be honest, this particular exam, most students finish within 15 or 20 minutes. So it's not like it's going to be a hard exam. But my point is, if you come in though at 8 or 8:10 or 8:15, then yeah, 8:40, it will tell you it's over, or it'll say, do you want to continue, but with a 20% late penalty. That's what it's going to say. Okay, so make sure you're to class on time. All right, and then the Word stuff starts same time frame, weeks 4, but now up through 7. So the same day this is, meaning Tuesday the 14th, that's the day you can start the next work. Okay, so Word training required to be done on the Cengage MindTap site. You have about 3 weeks to do it. There's 4 lessons. There's 3 projects, one from each module. And then there's the honors project, the capstone project for modules 1 through 3. There's 4 optional Word exams. And then same thing with the exam, week 7, day 1. So that's Tuesday, the 5th of October. Again, same thing. You started at 7 a.m. And so I'm saying it's 80 minutes. So in this case, to get the full 80 minutes, you'd need to start by 7:20 a.m. because that would go to 8:20 for 1 hour, and then 10 to get the 8:30, and 10 more to get to 8:40. So you have to start it, by 7:20 to get the full amount of time. Now this exam, a lot of the A students will still finish in 30 or so minutes, some less than that, but a lot of students might need 50 or 60 minutes, okay? All right, so that exam is on Tuesday, the 5th of October. What does that mean? It means you start Excel the same day, and it goes until November the 3rd. Same thing, 4 Excel lessons, training lessons, 3 Excel regular projects, and then the honors project, the capstone project from modules 1 to 3, optional practice exams, and then yet again you have this exam. And this, one thing may be wrong. I'm not sure that you get 80 minutes for the Word exam, but I'll verify that. And if it's less, it may be 5 minutes less. But anyway, for the Excel, 80 minutes, and it shows you the day and time again, okay? And then, so if that exam is on Thursday, the 4th of November, that means what? Access starts the same day. And now for Access, you only get a few weeks, see? That exam is the 23rd, but there's no projects. You have 4 lessons, yes. You got the optional. Optional means you should always do it in my classes, right? Optional practice exams, but you have no projects and no honors project. You have nothing in the projects area. So this is pretty easy to get done. But I will tell you, the Access exam is historically the hardest exam in this class. So you got to put a lot of work into it. The second hardest is Excel. Third hardest is Word. And then Windows 10 and PowerPoint are both easy. Okay, and you see the PowerPoint exam is at 7 a.m. on Tuesday, December 14th. All right, so exit that preview there. So that's basically the class. All right, that is the class. I'm going to go ahead and stop this. Oh, and you know what? I'm going to show one quick thing about getting over to MindTap Access. Now that I'm out of your view, I can show you what happens when you normally go here. So if I do Student Start here and pretend that you're already registered, okay, this is where you go. I click. And remember the last time I clicked, it said enter your access code or click continue. basically to click continue was to get a free trial period. Once you're registered, this is what happens. You come directly over to the site, and here's where everything is. So computer concepts, the syllabus told you there's a module 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 quiz. So where it says 12, 13, 14, where it says in the news, getting started, you don't have to read any of those if you don't want to. You know, it's all here for you. But in module 1, at the end, you'll see there's a quiz. And it tells you can take it 2 times, the highest score counts. Module 2, and when is it due? So it tells you it unlocks the first day of class, 12 a.m. in the morning, meaning it unlocks before class starts. And it's due on September the 8th, 11:59 p.m. at night, and you get an hour and 10 minutes for each quiz. You can do them twice. So here's the module 2 quiz. It's going to have the same times, August 24 to September 8th. 3 will be the same way. 4 will be the same way until the 8th. It starts on the 24th, and then the last one, module 5. Okay, same stuff. Now, that's all of that. I'm not going to show you Word, but Windows 10 is where you go next. With Windows 10, there's different modules. You choose what you want to read or not read, but this is what you're tested on, this training, and here's the exam. Okay, but I would suggest, since it's Windows 10, the one that tells you working with Windows 10, logically you might want to read that, right? Introduction to Windows 10, logically you might want to read this. So I would decide what you want to do. But Microsoft Edge is a browser. It's not a operating system. Mac OS X is an operating system, but it's not Windows 10. Personalizing your work environment might be doing it with Windows 10, but it's more personalizing things, but you know, it might be worth looking at. I mean, for this particular training and exam. But basically, the most important part is the Windows 10 training and then the exam, okay? And you see that the training unlocks on the 9th at 12 a.m. and the exam is more or less 5 days later, and it's due at 8:40 a.m. You get up to an hour and 10 minutes as long as you start it between 7 and 8:40, and as long as there's 70 minutes available when you start. Okay, now Word, there's a lot more. There's trainings, there's projects, and then more trainings and projects, and more trainings and projects, and the capstone project, in addition to a regular project for the 3rd module. And then the 4th module, there's only training, and all of them, though, have a practice exam where it says optional, Word module 3 practice, or has the word practice. And then the real exam, October 5th. I'm not going to go through any of the others anymore, okay? But that gives you enough for now. I hope you're ready for the class. I hope you had a great time listening to this long video. And I will see you in class. Let me actually stop my sharing of this first. I'm over here. Stop my sharing. All right, so now you should be seeing me again. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in class. All right, good luck. Professor Maloney out. Bye-bye.